Hey, it's Scott, and welcome back to the channel. Look, today I want to talk about the lie of too late. Once we hit 60, a lot of us start thinking that, maybe what we heard back in our 30s and 40s is true, that men in their 60s are old and creepy. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm neither, and you and most people our age are not. It's just a misconception of the younger generation. I mean, just think about it. When you were in your 30s and your granddad was in his 60s, you thought he was old. Back then, my granddad always looked old, but as someone who's over 60, I don't feel old. I know I'm old or getting older, put it that way. But I want to talk about, age and where you are in this new season, because, once you start thinking that you're too old, that you can't do some things, or you're out of shape, or your health has gotten bad, that's when it's really time to step up and take claim of that age. So what I want to talk about are a couple of different things that men are afraid to say out loud. One of them is just thinking that they're gone. Just like I said, when you hit 60, that it's too late. But I'm here to tell you that, in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, there's still time to get out and reclaim the trajectory of your life. I'm still seeing guys in their 80s doing YouTube channels, which is, highly motivational for someone like myself who's in their 60s, just seeing that someone can still get out and do that. Another thing is declining strength. A lot of people think when they hit in their 60s and 70s that, yeah, you're going to lose some strength. That's inevitable. As we get older, we're going to lose some strength. But the thing is, don't lose the strength here. Because if it's strong here, you can get your body stronger. And there's lots of ways to do that. People can still gain muscle in their 60s, 70s, and 80s just by working out a little bit. They can also help increase their cardio activity by just getting out and walking. And their studies have shown that they can also reduce risk of disease by dieting in a healthy atmosphere around them. And that includes getting out and walking and spending time out. Now, what I find a lot of people our age do when they get a little down on themselves is they become sort of recluse, where all they want to do is stay in and complain. And I'm here to tell you, I know people that do that, who sit on the couch, they don't want to work out, they don't want to walk. And these are people in their 40s. And I can already see a decline, not only in their health, because they're getting heavy, they're getting soft, but here. They're already kind of losing that edge at 40 on thinking that they can get out and reclaim their life or step up and do something different. But as you'll see, as you go through YouTube, just like I do, you're going to see older people like myself and much older who are just willing to get out and share. For me, this is therapy because, I really don't have anyone to talk to about my problems that I feel comfortable with. But if you can get out and you can voice, what you want to talk about, life, health, fitness, faith, whatever it might be, at least you've got an audience that you can chat with, that you can verbalize your thoughts. And then when you start getting comments back in, or people who, hear your message and think, it sounds like me, or that's something that I can start incorporating in my life, or maybe you should do it this way, or hey, why don't you do a video on, this or that? That really makes this community strong. And again, that's what we're here for. That's why it's called Conversations with Scott. We want to have adult conversations on again, those subjects of health, fitness, wellness, faith, and just life in general. Another thing I put on here is wondering if God is done with you. I'm a man of faith, and I know that he's out there for me. You just got to reach out and talk or pray. The thing about following faith like I do, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to talk with people about because people don't want to talk about it. I'm wide open on talking about my faith because, I know where I've been in my life. And I know where I am in my life, and a major part of it was faith. So here's what I want to, challenge you guys with. If you're feeling down about yourself, if it's up here that you're not strong, if you're not worthy, talk to God. I think you'll get a much better opinion of yourself if you reach out and talk to God. So, again, 60s, 70s, 80s, guys, we're in a new season. Embrace it, engage it, and try to make yourself a better person. So get out and walk, get out and exercise, get out and pray, and good luck. Just put in the comments today, what your goal is in the next 30 days. If it's a better relationship with God, if it's getting out and walking more, if it's starting your own YouTube channel, we can talk about that too. But if you like this information that I put out on this YouTube page or YouTube channel, just please hit subscribe because it really helps us grow. The more people that we get on here, I can reach out to more. You can reach out to more with your comments because, guys, again, we're a community of 60 plus men on fitness, health, wellness, and faith. Good luck. God bless. And again, just hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next video.